kudune damkar iki.
Mbak, wi.
Lah iki kudune damkar, nek ora damkar ya ora iso no.
Few moments later.
Just a feeling that I won't leave behind because it's something that is so just in my mind. I guess it goes that.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Here with me is Mauda Sinta with NPM 23203080. Here I will fulfill an English assessment about my experience of traveling with friends. Okay, I was at the time after the school graduation exam because we had a long holiday and my friend I were not close to each other because our houses were far apart, so we planned together for a walk because at the time it was a very long holiday when it will approach UTBK. Because we are focused on the city of Magelang, we went to do tourism outside the city of Magelang. That finally we decided to take a trip to Semarang. Well, in Semarang there is a lot of tourism, but we wanted to go to the Semilir and the old city. Finally, at that time we decided on our trip to Semarang in the Semilir and Kota Tua. We worked for approximately 3 hours and we rented a hot car together so that we will not get tired because if we use a motorbike we would get tired, so we use a head car. After waiting for almost 3 hours, we were on the way. Finally, we arrived at a Semilir. First of all, we entered Semilir. We had to buy a ticket, and that was more or less 700-800 for one person. After we got the ticket to enter, we entered and went around taking photos under the flower. Then we played game. We took a short break to buy ice cream and boxed food. Because it was entering Zuhur's time, we then gathered together to pray in the prayer room in the Semilir because it was very hot and that time, so we relaxed first on the edge of the Semilir Park and we saw lots of bread in church. After that, we also entered the souvenir shop in Semilir and there were lots of souvenirs. There were t-shirts, there were typical Semarang food. Me and my friends buy typical Semarang food, namely chips, and we buy a similar t-shirt. And we went around the Semilir for about 2 countries and we don't forget to take photo together to immortalize the moment when we were in the Semilir. Well, because we felt it was getting late, so we headed to the second place before we traveled to our old city or Kota Lama. At first, after eating, we go to the Kota Lama until it is evening at the Kota Lama. So we do the evening prayer first at the old city prayer room. After we arrived in the Kota Tua, we immediately took a photo together in front of the museum, in front of the restaurant. Then we took photo on the side of the road beach, which is very beautiful. The Kota Tua was very lively at night, and the view were good. And try to the Kota Tua is free, maybe only ADR 500 to pay for parking, and we bought food at the nearest supermarket because if it was getting late, so the food was also starting to close, and the Kota Tua here was not much food on the side. On the way, so we buy at the supermarket, we buy noodles, and there is also an angkringan. We buy satay at the angkringan. The price of the satay is also not so expensive, maybe only 300 for one satay. And we went back and forth around the Kota Tua, and do not forget to take photo together. And because it was getting late, it was almost um, 10 at 11, so we decided to go home. The trip home also felt maybe 2 days, and when we got home we fell asleep in the car because we were really tired. We got home at 20 and half, but at 20 and half we feel hungry, so we finally bought food at Soto Pelajar, which was in Mungkit, and the soto was also very delicious. Soto is open 24 hours a day, so all day long open, and the price of soto also does not hit your pocket. Only one portion is 20 hundred, and after we ate at soto we rest at my friend's house because if we go home to each other is not possible because the clock show 1 and half. After that we do the clean and we sleep. I went on a tourism trip with my friends, which was to relieve stress because we took that later we would go to colleagues and have our own activities. So it was difficult for us to get together to tell stories. So we went on a tourism trip for 1 day with my friends. So we had a moment together when we did activities for a colleague because a colleague was very busy. So for used to walk around together and eat together, traveling together was not really possible, so we talk about going on a trip together. I and my friends feel really happy because playing with friends is so something else we really get to do know, especially now because we are in a college, so we all have our own activities, so getting together is difficult. That's all from my experience when I went to the Semilir and Kota Tua of Semarang with friends. Thank you for attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.